Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another videos of the paid requests. This time for Travis. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the Incredible Hulk Prometheus episode, which was in 2 parts. And again, thank you once again, Travis. And like I said, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are in the info box over there or over there, whichever is best that YouTube puts it this week. Now, if you've been following my channel, I've been requested quite a few episodes of the Incredible Hulk TV show, and a good chunk of them I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed the portrayal of Bruce Banner. Oh, I'm sorry, David Banner. Because the guy who made the show didn't like the word Bruce. He said it was too fey. Yay. Okay. But David Banner, played by Bill Bixby, I do like his performance quite a bit. Of course, because it's a TV show, you're not going to have a whole lot of comic book accurate superhero villains type of thing. So it's going to be more of kind of everyday type of bad guys or things of that nature. But this, I didn't mind the story of it. Where we're in northeastern Utah, and David Banner is fishing. He saves a woman from drowning. She's blind. Meanwhile, this group called Prometheus are looking at this meteor landing, and they're calling it the Leo object. And they think, well, it's some kind of UFO. Is it being piloted? There's something up with this meteor. So while Bill Bixby is making friends with the blind lady, she's someone who doesn't want help, she to do things on her own, but then she gets frustrated, but then she apologizes. And David Banner just takes it in stride because he's that kind of guy. He's just that nice of a guy. They start becoming friends, and all of a sudden, this object lands. Crash lands. When Bill Bixby's character gets close to it, he gets a headache, lands on a nest of bees, changes, runs off. But when he comes back, we see that he's only half changed. And that's what I liked about it, because this is a look that we don't see a whole lot. If he's changing, maybe you see it very, very briefly. But this in the middle where it's not the Hulk, it's not Banner, but it's in between. And it seems like sometimes it's Bill Bixby playing the character. But then sometimes it may be a different person, and maybe Bill Bixby's voice. I'm not 100% sure on how that works. Because it's like one or the other sometimes. But I'm like, okay, that's definitely Bill Bixby. But then I'm like, is that Bill Bixby? Because his body looks very, very chiseled. And did they just do a chiseled guy, but then they got makeup from to look like Bill Bixby? So sometimes I wasn't 100% sure how that all played into the production. But I liked what I saw. I liked the look of it. I liked that. Did a nice change of pace. Because usually just one or the other. This being in the middle, I thought that was pretty interesting to do. Pretty different. And you see, like, he could talk. And it's Bill Bixby's voice. Slightly altered. But it's Banner, but it's a dumber Banner. It's Banner who's a bit more aggro, angrier. And he's like, "What's wrong with me?" You really feel his anger when he's crying and spouting off that anger. It makes me feel for the character. I thought the acting was pretty good on that. And I don't mind the makeup on it either, for the 70s. So the blind lady who David helped before, now the blind lady is helping him back and guiding him. And you did a good chunk of Hulk stuff amongst these 2 episodes. They did more in the spoilers. Because at one point he changes more to the Hulk as these helicopters have come and is throwing stuff at the chopper. Granted, there's a point he grabs a lady and he's looking around. I'm sitting there going, dude, why don't you just run? Because they're slowly trying to put this tone thing on top of him, and I'm sitting there going, dude, just run. You got the lady. You could run there, 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 there. Why don't you just run away? Why are you just going like, I don't know where to go. Just go somewhere. You're the Hulk. Why do you care? Instead, you kind of until they put this thing down and catch him, and then that's where you get to the second part of it. The reporter, Mr. McD, is on their trail. He's able to get himself into this Prometheus project as they're looking into this, and they think the Hulk, of course, is an alien, because that's what they're looking for, aliens. And it's taken to this facility, put into this holding area. But the Hulk, of course, escapes, braces one robot arm, breaks through the floor, stops Fos with the steam. And I kind of like the second part of it because it takes place in this facility and it makes us feel not claustrophobic, but more enclosed. And the bigger, wider spaces made it seem like a bigger production in a weird way. And most of that second part is the Hulk and not Banner. So that made it interesting that you have such a good elongated time of the Hulk doing things or changing back and he's halfway and Mr. BD tries to talk him down, but they try to get him with tranquilizers, so he goes back to full Hulk, throwing equipment to the wall, wrecking house. Like he's trying to escape and bashes this one thing, lifts it up, and they pretty much make the whole damn facility explode. So like you see, the first half is this build up, the situation, being caught, and then the second half is this whole thing for Prometheus in this facility and trying to figure out what to do, how they get out of there, and what to do next. So I thought that was... I didn't mind the story. It's like, oh, it makes sense. Yeah, eventually someone's going to think this guy's an alien. So why not have a group wanting to hunt him down or trap him or something. So yeah, I just didn't mind the environment that he was showcasing. I didn't the fact you got a decent amount of Hulk screen time with it. I thought they could have done a bit more with the meteor, because I thought you don't find out a lot more about this meteor, like a lot more secret are going to come out because about this meteor, whether it was really an alien UFO or something specific that's making them change. You don't really find much details about it. Because in the second half, it's like it's in the background, kind of, but it's more about the Hulk. It's escaping. What do we do to stop him? What do we do to capture him? Some scientists are like, wait a minute. This whole program was to find alien stuff and use it as a weapon. The others were, well, of course. How do you think we're going to fund this stuff? Ultimately, the Hulk wrecks their plans. Sally, you don't really have the Hulk fighting anybody, because that's not really the thing. It's not really anybody for it to fight. So it just escapes. They try to close him in. He stops it. There's big explosions. He escapes. And I guess because that explosion destroyed the meteor, he's now just perfectly fine. Would that have been the case if he just walked 10 miles away? Would he have been fine? I don't know. I just felt like there's a lot more to the meteor we could have showcased. That's just me, though. But with that said, I didn't mind it. I liked the inner between version of David Banner. It's not something we got to see too often. Like I said, I liked that there's a bit more screen time with the Hulk. So it felt like there's a little bit more action in it. Didn't mind the set with the blind lady. Her wanting to help David because David helped her. So because of her actions made her a bit of an endearing character for me. A little bit more insight to Mr. McD, the reporter. where he doesn't want to hurt the guy. He's like, listen, they could test you and see what's going on. But at the same time, you see a little bit more of his obsession that he's not going to stop. But he does try to warn them, because he's the expert. He does try to warn them to not do things, but they don't listen to him, of course. And I think just the idea, the whole thing of seeing that middle portion of Banner, I thought that was a cool enough distinction that made it an interesting pair of episodes to watch. I thought Bill Bixby did a great job portraying this. Even more conflicted. Like, if David Banner was conflicted before in the middle, he's even more conflicted nowadays. I mean, in this situation, compared to how he usually is nowadays, you know, that thing. So, overall, I liked it. I mean, like I said, the meteor, I wish they could have explained a bit more, like there was a bit more to it, a little bit more secrets or something. Would have been nice if maybe, I don't know, the facility, maybe they had some kind of drones, robots, something like that, guards, whatever the case. I know it sounds stupid, but just something for the Hulk to physically fight, smash. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. It was still enjoyable enough, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.